My name is Jason, and I turned 41 on Easter this year. And the thing about 41 is throughout the Bible, 40 is always a number where it's almost like hardship, and then you have 41 when things get better. So I'm making this in hope that things do get better for the whole world and everything. But they actually think that Christ was actually really born on April 19, and he was considered the ram, as he said he was before Abraham. Has to do with the symbolism of the ram being the sacrificial lamb to save Isaac. But if you actually look up April 19, a lot of things happen around that date, or on that date. So you have when Exodus happened, and the freedom, as well as when the door opened after Noah's flood. But if you take different dates, like September 23rd, 2017, and you go to April 19, 2024, you have 2,400 days. If you go from November 18th, 2018, when I was working for the Cardinals and I was fired, until my birthday this year, on April 1920, you have 2,345 days. When you take The Simpsons' first episode on the Tracy Ullman Show was April 19, 1987, like they predicted it on my third birthday. And you have the very first episode where it was Simpsons Roast on Open Fire, December 17, 1989, where you have 290 days to my 7th birthday. That has to do with 290 days with forgiveness 70 times 7. When I figured this out when Matt Groening was 7 years old. And The Simpsons is actually based off of my mom's family, where they grew up in Portland, Oregon. And my mom was the oldest in the family, and she had 3 younger brothers, Kim, Craig, and Scott. And she was the idea of season 4, episode 4, with Lisa the Beauty Queen as Little Miss Springfield, as my mom was Miss Portland, Oregon. She got second place for Oregon as Miss Portland, and in the episode, Lisa comes in second place. But the elementary school that Matt Groening went to was Ainsworth. Ainsworth was the last name of Sally Strother's dad's last name. My mom lived off of Ainsworth in a different area, but close in northeast Portland. And Ainsworth and Simpson Road are actually parallel to each other. And my grandma was really competitive, where she had her house decorated for Christmas, and the candy company actually gave her candy canes to hand out. And she traced my Uncle Kim as a gingerbread because she was the oldest boy, and she made her whole decoration as a gingerbread house, same as Treehouse of Horror with Suzanne the Witch, as my mom's best friend was Suzanne from 3rd grade that passed away last year in a car accident in May, where her cab was rear-ended by a person not paying attention. But dates are everything, and even my parents' birthday, my mom's July 23rd, my dad's November 23rd, and it spells out Jason, July, October, November, with the 23rd to 23rd. So you have the dog days of summer, 23rd of July. Then you have Black Friday in November 23rd or 24th. And everything's symbolism. So even Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, where Chris Cornell was a clone of the original singer, and he even mentioned it, how he's taller. But they had the band Temple of the Dog, and it's a whole Dog Star series, symbolism in July. And you have Chester Bennington, March 20th, the day of the labyrinth and the secret language of birthdays, where Katy Perry did her video of Wide Awake, and she's escaping the labyrinth, and they need to go by the bull and the children to get there, and then they knock the person off the white horse in heaven or spring. But everything is symbolism. And Taylor Swift moved in on my birthday, April 19, 2018, right after Art Bell died on Friday the 13th, 2018, of Coast to Coast Radio. And Katy Perry gave Taylor Swift an olive branch when she was done with the first show, as a sign of, peace, because she got to do the Super Bowl 49, and Taylor Swift had to wait for her opportunity at the Cardinal Stadium. But coming up to Easter this year, it'll be 7 years since that Reputation tour. And November 18, 2018, I was fired. That's a 2-3-4-5 equation till Easter also. And it was a Raiders game where there's no right eye. And the reason why I was fired is because a girl came to me known to have Asperger's autism and wanted me to look into symbolism about her boyfriend overdosing and if he went to heaven, hell, or purgatory. And I said I'd respond outside of work, and I did. And she ended up showing the messages to HR, and I couldn't even argue it. I just left, and I just said, you know what, you guys can have your 7 years. So I just left and didn't say anything. And now it's been 7 years, so I'm gonna speak up. But Michael Bidwell, I watched his helicopter one day, and I think I freaked him out because I speak what's on my mind. And if you're in the sky, you can see how all the roads were mapped out in pictures. And maybe thought I was bad luck because I was the one that actually let the players on the field in the southwest corner, and they moved me to the southeast corner where I could be seen easier. And what's interesting about the south side of the field in general, it's the Red Sea. And if you look on the wall of the southeast, it's a big huge sea on the wall, so it's the Red Sea. As well as the Cardinals logo is a bone hook in the eye, and it means safe travel over sea. But after I left, the University of Phoenix became State Farm, and you have the idea of Crystal Lagoon, and in the Bible, clear as crystal water, or even Camp Crystal Lake with Jason. It's just a joke. And how it became Via Resort, how it was like a viable solution after, and it was an even bigger project where it took longer. But everything is done in symbolism. And with April 19 coming up and me turning 41, when a lot of these things happen just as mockery, even Eminem with all his symbolism wearing a Jason mask, or rap god Mr. Anderson, or Walk on Water is Jesus. It's all representing what's coming, I think. And I don't know. It just feels like everything is symbolism. Even with November 18th with Brian Laundrie's birthday, and they had a guy named Jason Laundrie. It's like dirty laundry, getting rid of the laundry. Everything is just a joke, it seems like. Until you actually stand up and, you're saying it's not a joke. But they have the power until you do something about it.